the 90-90 stretch. So this is a very common stretch for people who want to both get the external rotation stretch as well as an internal rotation stretch all in the same time. So your front leg, it's super important that you have a parallel line against you and your chest. You want to have a 90-degree angle in your knee, a 90-degree angle in your ankle when you're in this position. So the key is to square off your hips, having your chest facing forward, parallel to your shin, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Your back leg is also coming straight out of the hip, shin perpendicular to your chest, but again, a 90-degree angle in your back knee, 90-degree angle in your ankle. Hence the word 90-90 with describing this stretch. So in this position, the key is to make sure your legs are in the appropriate spot. As you get more and more flexible, you'll come more onto your hips, but you don't want to be out here. If you're out here and you can't get onto that hip, that just might be your focus, is doing the internal rotation stretch for this trail leg so that you have enough mobility to where you can be on your hips in this position. So to get the external rotation in the front leg, square off your hips and come down into this stretch until you can't come any further. Now, setting up the pails and rails contractions, first step is a static stretch for 1 to 2 minutes until you can start to feel that relaxing. Then your pails contraction is going to be trying to push your foot through the floor for 10 seconds. You're going to start off, so you're in your stretch, you've held it. Now you're going to push your leg through the floor at 20%, 40, 60, 80% effort. As long as there's no pain, you're going to give it 100% effort trying to push your leg through the floor for 10 seconds. Wherever you end up at 20% or 100%, you relax and then go deeper. Pushing through the floor. Ten seconds, you relax. You can go deeper. You do that 3 times. Now the rail contraction is to lift your leg up off the ground. Now right here, I can't do that. I don't have the active control in this range of motion. So I'm going to slowly come out of it till I can lift that leg off the ground just by sliding a piece of paper underneath. And I'm going to hold this contraction for 10 seconds. And then I'm going to relax. And that's the front leg. Now the back leg, you're going to rotate towards trying to face this trail ankle, being in this position. And again, it starts off with a static stretch, 1 to 2 minutes. You're going to hold that stretch. Now your pail contraction is to push your foot through the floor as well. So it's kind of nice, even though this is internal rotation, this is external rotation, it's the same. 3 contractions pushing your foot through the floor, 1 contraction trying to lift your leg off the ground. So leaning into that stretch, push your foot through the floor, 20, 40, 60, 80, I don't feel any pain, 100% effort, hard as you can. 10 seconds, you relax, go deeper. You do that 3 times. Now the rail contraction, again, to lift your leg up, I can't get my leg off the ground. And that's common to not have as much active control as you do passive control. I'm passively coming into here, but I don't have active control of that leg. So that's normal. So what you want to do is to do that rail contraction. I come out of the stretch nice and slow until I can lift that leg up. Now I stay here, hold that contraction for 10 seconds. Slowly let it down. And my favorite part of this is now that you have done the front leg and the back leg, keep your feet on the ground and you can easily switch sides. Now set up for the front and the back, but doing the opposite rotations. After you've done front and back, both sides, one of the mobilization techniques that I love is to just lock your hands into the ground. And now that the hips are nice and loose, take yourself through some range of motion, getting those hips nice and open.